Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer had a mixed experience with this scooter. Initially, there were issues with non-advertised components. The derailleur, cassette, and hub motor weren't the models that were listed. The client noted that the bike came with lower quality parts, leading to performance issues like grinding and skipping gears. Specifically, the different cassette affected top-end speed and hill climbing ability. They were told that component swaps were due to manufacturer shortages, but felt this should have been communicated beforehand. However, the reviewer was pleased to report that the manufacturer was very responsive and communicative. They sent replacement parts including an upgraded derailleur to address the initial discrepancies. They also sent an updated controller that removed a power cap, significantly improving the power output in pedal assist mode. Despite the positive interactions with the manufacturer, some concerns remain. The seat post size is unusual, requiring a plastic sleeve for a proper fit, and even then it needs additional reinforcement to stay in place. The regenerative braking system, while innovative, has a learning curve and caused an issue when used excessively, damaging the headlight and potentially the controller. On the positive side, our reviewer praises the scooter's aesthetics, noting it attracts attention. The suspension system provides a comfortable ride, especially the front air forks. Its folding design is practical for storage and transport, and the display is user-friendly. The assembly was straightforward, although the manual could be more informative, particularly regarding the front air fork setup. Despite some initial shortcomings, the manufacturer's responsiveness and the product's inherent qualities ultimately make it worthwhile, assuming the initial issues are addressed and clear setup instructions are provided.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer recently hit the 1,000-mile mark on this scooter and wanted to share some thoughts after really putting it through its paces. As a 50-year-old, 64 guy who used to be into motocross and mountain biking, our reviewer was looking for a hobby that wouldn't leave them completely wiped out. Buying this electric scooter in the middle of winter might have seemed crazy, but the fun factor was immediately apparent. It's powerful, enjoyable, and made getting back into adventure accessible. The goal was to find something that could handle both road stretches and off-road trails, and this scooter seemed to fit the bill. Purely based on fun, it's a 5-star product. However, the build quality gets a 3-star rating. The motor packs a punch, and you quickly adapt to its responsiveness, preferring the thumb throttle over the sometimes inconsistent pedal assist. It tackles most hills with throttle and pedal assist on the lowest setting. Reaching speeds of around 23-24 mph on flat ground is a satisfying experience, with a single charge lasting a good 20-25 miles of solid riding. Being a full suspension scooter with a motorcycle-like appearance, our reviewer expected a greater off-road focus. It is a large scooter which might be challenging for smaller users. The tires are better suited for light gravel and pavement, struggling on more challenging terrain. Standing up around corners helps get the front tire to grip, but steep uphill climbs can cause the rear tire to spin out. The suspension is passable, but the front forks outperform the basic rear shock. Despite some criticisms, this scooter has opened up many opportunities for exploration and adventure. The core of the scooter is strong, but some components hold it back. Initially, our reviewer recommends checking and tightening all bolts and upgrading the cheap pedals. The rear brake line also developed a leak due to its routing, but the company sent a replacement, while very satisfied overall due to the awesome mode.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer found this electric bike to be a solid purchase, especially considering their car-free lifestyle. They say it's fast, surprisingly easy to handle, and the assembly process wasn't too bad. It gets the job done for them, but they did want to highlight a few things that potential buyers should know. First off, our reviewer experienced a flat tire pretty quickly. It seems the tire itself might be a bit rough on the inner tubes, and they're already looking at replacing one. They're concerned that if this continues, they might have to replace the tire itself sooner than expected, which would be an added cost. Another thing they noticed is that the handlebars aren't as stable as they'd like. The connection point between the handlebars and the frame tends to wiggle and shift, no matter how tightly they tighten the bolt. This means they have to readjust it every so often, which can be a bit of a pain. Something else to be aware of is the front-wheel drive. Apparently when you engage it, it's instantly full throttle. This client warns against using it from a standstill, as the tire will just spin out of control. It's best to only activate it when you're already moving. Finally, they have some concerns about the battery attachment point. It seems a bit wobbly, and they worry that bumps and rough roads might make it even less secure over time. Also, the exposed design of the battery connection makes them cautious about riding in wet conditions. They recommend covering the battery area when not in use, especially if you might need to ride later and there's a chance of rain, to avoid potential moisture damage. Even with these issues, our reviewer seems happy, but wants future users to know what they are getting into.
Appreciate you watching. If this video helped, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. See you soon.